Hello and welcome to Leading the Way, the official podcast of Edison Township Public Schools. This is where progress, purpose, and passion come to life as we spotlight the voices and insights, as well as the initiatives that are shaping the future of education for our students. From the classrooms to the boardrooms and to the moments in between, just join me on this journey for sharing the voices of those who inspire, innovate, and elevate our schools and our community. My name is Dr. Edward Aldarelli, proud superintendent of the Edison Township Public Schools. Thanks for joining us, and let's dive in. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Aldarelli, superintendent of Edison Township Public Schools. Another episode of Leading the Way, and I have the privilege and honor today of spending a little bit of time with third grade teacher at Lincoln Elementary School, Miss Pamela Ang, and also Middlesex County Teacher of the Year. So congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
is exciting.
Yeah, it's great. And listen, you know, I remember when I first got the phone call from our county superintendent, and he called and he was unbelievably excited and said, Eddie, listen, it's Pamela Ang, third grade teacher, head and shoulders above everybody else in relationship to the application and background and everything that she's done this year. But you can't tell anybody until like October 12th or whenever we went on those pieces for the event for Teacher of the Year for the state of New Jersey, which was like torture. I would imagine for you too, right?
It was hard.
Yeah,
it was hard.
And when did they notify us? That was like in March, wasn't it?
There was that surprise assembly in April.
In April, that's what it was. The surprise assembly in April.
And you're getting emails because the kids were there, so they went home and told their parents, and you're getting emails, and you're kind of like trying to answer it, but not really answer it.
Yeah, it was too funny. But an absolutely well-deserved honor.
Thank you very much.
Too. So I know a little bit about you. Why don't you tell maybe some of the audience members just a little bit about your background,
okay.
Time here in Edison Township, and what got you into teaching?
Sure. Well, I teach third grade at Lincoln Elementary. This will be my 14th year. I started in 2015, and I started as a long-term sub teaching fifth grade, and I've kind of bounced back and forth between third and fifth grade, but third grade is really where my heart is. Right. It's a great age. The kids are magical. They're still really into learning. They still really love you. And I really, really love being in third grade.
Awesome.
What got me into teaching? So this is actually my second career. I used to work in television production. And so
I remember you telling me that. That's right.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So I had this, glamorous life, a production assistant in New York, and I was commuting. I did a couple different things, Sesame Street, Eyewitness News.
Come on.
It was fun.
That's fantastic.
It was fun. You're in your 20s. It's exciting. It's
yeah.
fun. But it didn't feel meaningful. Like, it just felt like a job. And I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I remember one day, it was one night I was in the grocery store, and I actually ran into my second grade teacher. And she's asking me about what I'm doing, and so I'm telling her I'm working in the city, and it's what I always wanted to do. It's what I dreamed of since high school. And she goes, you must love it. And I said, but I don't. And she said, why not? And I said, it feels like a job. It feels like work. And she said, then it's not where you're supposed to be. You need to find a place that doesn't feel like work and that you love. And so if it doesn't feel like meaningful to you,
that's awesome.
Then you need to find something else. And then she said, I always imagined you as a teacher. And so that just goes to show even the power that teachers can. I mean,
yes.
She's my second grade teacher. I'm 20 years old at the grocery store.
You're kidding me.
But she said it, and she planted that seed, and I went home and I thought, well, that's meaningful work. It's different. All right, let's try it. And I remember my parents weren't too pleased.
Right,
they just paid for college,
yeah.
and now I'm like, I think I'm going to go back and we're going to do something else. But I did it, and I tried it, and I fell in love with it.
You fell in love with it.
I fell in love with it.
That's fantastic.
So here I am.
What's your favorite Sesame Street character?
Oh, Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster. I would say Cookie Monster, like Big Bird and Cookie Monster, right? Are probably the two. Cookie
Elmo's
Monsters.
Pretty popular too.
Elmo is.
Elmo's pretty popular.
I guess he is a Sesame Street character. That brings me back to when my kids were younger. Too funny. All right, so now let's talk about what prompted you to apply for the county level piece, right? Because it's a pretty rigorous application process. Can you talk just a little bit about that? Because I think it would be interesting for our entire teaching staff, our entire population, just to hear, hey, this is the rigor that's kind of behind how you get to this.
So you get nominated on the
Yep.
school level, which is tough in itself because my colleagues are amazing.
Yeah.
Edison is full of wonderful teachers. And there's a little bit of a process. There's a committee that goes through all of the people who have been nominated, their reasons why, and then you win. So I won Lincoln School Teacher of the Year. And then you get in December this huge application
Yeah.
that has like 7 essays. And it, as a teacher, because I feel like we all like to be humble, it feels weird because you have to brag about all of the
Yourself.
things that you've done. And it's like, not just describe like where you went to school, but how have you made a difference? What's an exciting lesson that you've taught? And they're like 7 essays.
Do you remember some of the things that you included in those essays?
I remember, so I am really big on doing community service. And this last couple of years, I've had really great support from the administration at my building of just kind of doing what you think. Go ahead, go try it out, do things. So I've done a bunch of things. We have our free little library in front of the school.
Yes.
We've done a lot with Thanksgiving baskets for families to have them have a nice Thanksgiving meal. We've done coat drives, all of those things. So I kind of bragged about that a little bit.
That's awesome. And definitely brag worthy. That's great. All right, so you write these essays, you fill out some of the details in the questionnaire or whatever.
And then you send it in, and it's several months. So it was due in January, and then you kind of forget about it till April, until
And
the
then they don't
secret.
even tell you. They tell you like, hey, we're gonna have like a surprise celebration. And
Well, they said you get an email, and so I didn't hear anything. I knew it was coming up. It always sits in the back of your mind, but you don't want to be that person's like, I want it,
Right.
So I didn't hear anything. I was like, you know what? It's a hard task. How many schools are in Middlesex County? Each school has a teacher of the year, and
Correct.
I mean the
we
pool,
have 20 just alone in our district, right?
and they're filled with amazing teachers, and everybody deserves it.
Yep. I'm with you.
So I kind of just figured, I remember my friends had been asking, isn't that coming up soon? And I texted back and I was like, I didn't win it, and it's okay. It's fine. Being teacher of the year at my school is good enough for me.
Yeah.
They know who I am, and it's okay. And then the whole assembly.
And then the whole assembly.
And it was a whirlwind.
and then this summer, right? It's officially announced.
It's
and
officially
you are the
announced.
official teacher of the year in Middlesex County.
I
Is
am.
there? And then and I will tell you. What a wonderful event!
It was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
They put together a
yeah,
really
they did
nice
really,
ceremony.
really nice job at the college there, and really celebrated the art of kind of teaching and
Yes,
learning.
it was very nice.
And how things work in our field right there. All right, so now is there anything else after that? Is it County Teacher of the Year, and then we're good?
done.
We're done. Is there another step in the process? Is there like a state level one?
There is a state level one. So out of the 21 of us, we had to do another application. It's just all
Okay.
applications. So I had to submit a 10-minute video of a lesson, and one of my colleagues videotaped my classroom, and we did a lesson. We
Really?
submitted. Yeah.
What was the lesson on?
It was on plants. So the kids had different stations. They were growing things. They were dissecting a seed. They were researching when's a good time to plant certain plants. Lincoln has an amazing garden. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I have seen it. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
So Miss Brown, one of our teachers, is really in charge of the garden, but she's been really great about letting me bring my kids out, and we've been planting things. And the garden itself is just such a great
Yeah.
hands-on activity because it's something everybody can get into. It's not necessarily academic in that kids are really self-conscious of like where they're at. But it's like we're all just getting out there, we're digging in the dirt.
Bunch of different opportunities for learning to take place.
Yes,
So
and they all love it. We're outside of the classroom, we're moving.
not only from science, but from service learning, mathematics, the whole 9 yards.
They're
right?
researching, they're
Yeah,
writing.
yeah, absolutely. And it's always good to read a story out by the garden right there, I'm sure. Right?
So that
Beautiful
was
setting.
my video, and then we'll
see.
hear. So I'll wait to see if I get another email about
All right.
a random assembly that I need to show up for.
That's fantastic. Hey, all right. So now, are there any other events associated with being Middlesex Teacher of the Year? Any type of obligations over the course of the year? How you represent the district? How maybe you represent the state and the county in those areas? Anything?
So I am kind of like the advocate for Middlesex County for education and for teachers. There's a New Jersey Delegates Assembly coming up September 6th, so we'll be honored there. There's a retreat coming up for the county teachers. We'll be planning for convention. We have the opportunity to present at Teachers Convention.
Oh, wow. Are you going to?
I'll see.
Okay.
I want to go. Malala is the keynote speaker this
yeah.
year, which I think is amazing. So I'm really excited to hear her talk, and I think it would be interesting. I kind of tend to stay in my shell, so
listen. If you branch out to those pieces, sharing your work, especially on the heels of receiving the accolades, people will definitely want to hear, hey, what's going on in your classroom? What's your approach to teaching and learning? Definitely something that you might want to consider.
It's exciting, and I think it opens a nice doorway to kind of go out. Like, I would love to explore the other schools in the district and see what they're doing there, and what other things can I bring back to my classroom.
That's awesome. You talked a little bit about why you got into teaching, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite part about being a third grade teacher?
I mean, it's always the kids, right? It's every day is a surprise. This will be my 14th year, and every year is not the same. Every day is not the same. The unknown, the unknown reactions, the comments, but just knowing that I get to play a small part in their journey of who they're going to become. That's my favorite part of being a
And this
teacher.
is like the best time of year, right? I mean,
it's a fresh start.
This is a fresh start, right?
Yes.
I mean, it feels like, even the weather today feels like the start of school.
It
right?
does.
It feels like the start
great
of school.
fall day.
Yeah. And opening days, I remember my time being a building principal, as well as a classroom teacher. It's just the best time.
Everything's all perfect and brand new.
Absolutely.
Everyone's excited.
Shoes on, sneakers, clothes.
Their haircuts are good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, notebooks. Everything's nice and fresh. Yeah, it is. It's such a great time of year. So what do you like to do in your right? So teaching, right, is in and of itself, a daunting task, but you hopefully you get some free time.
I do.
What do you like to do?
I do like to travel. I think I've told you I've started exploring solo traveling.
Yes.
Which is new for me, and it was quite scary in the beginning. Actually, Tony DeFazio, my assistant principal at the time, really pushed me to do it. I had mentioned it to her, and I was like, I don't think that's for me. And every day, did you book that trip yet? Are you going? Did you book it yet? And I was like, I don't think I can do that. But I did it, and it became so freeing. But it also allowed me to be almost put in the shoes of the students, right? You go into the classroom, and I know what I'm doing. I know what I need. Solo traveling, I don't know. I don't know anybody. I don't know the language. So I've got to, I'm placed outside that comfort zone again.
Yes.
And you've got to learn to
adapt at that time.
Yes, to be flexible.
And it's not something that it wasn't like a one and done. You've done a couple of them.
I've been on 4 now.
4 of them now.
4 now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm sure you're planning the next one too, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Good. So Edison Township for how many years?
This will be my since 2015.
Since
so
2015, so about 11 years.
I did my student teaching here
in
now.
Edison Town. You did in Lincoln?
I did it at Lincoln with Christine Benny.
Oh, all right.
So it felt like home when I got hired, and then they said it was Lincoln because it was kind of, I bounced around at a couple of different schools for interviews.
So in the midst of the largest teacher shortage, right, in the history of our profession right now, teacher retention, number one. Is something that we feel passionately about. You've been committed to Edison Township for 11 years. What makes it such a great place?
Well, student teaching, it feels like home. It's where I got started, so it feels like I've settled and gotten roots here, but it's the support of everyone. Like I said, like my building administration is great about, try it. I'm like, it's not really in the curriculum guide. It's okay. Go try it and see, and it's the excitement of the kids.
Yeah.
It's the diverse population that we have. It's my colleagues that, like sometimes I'll go in and I'll be like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And everyone's like, all right, well, let's try this or let's do that. So it's just the support from everybody all around that really makes it a place where you want to stay.
It sounds like collegiality too, that you have a really good, not only group to talk about for support for, teaching and crafting lessons and assessments, but camaraderie and friendship also goes along with that too. It's great. Any final thoughts now to pre-service teachers, right? So You think about when you were a student teacher and going along your journey and path, any advice that you would give them?
I always say, find your tribe, find your people. The building, as always, is filled with supportive people, but you need to find the people that, you kind of just connect with on for whatever reason. And go to them for help, but also know that you still need to be your own person. The teacher across the hall is fantastic. They're a veteran teacher, they're county teacher of the year, but you don't have to do what they're doing. Find what makes sense for you, but also go and ask them for help. Go get ideas and then figure out how to make it yours. And if the lessons fail, you just do it again the next day.
Try it again. Absolutely.
So, and it's going to fail.
Yeah.
You're going to, there's so many lessons.
Well, that's part of
like,
learning too. Yeah. Well, and the other piece, at the end of the day, is you have an objective, right? And the purpose of assessment is to say, all right, what did kids learn what I intended them to learn? And if not, what do I have to do to change that?
And I think it's okay to say that to the kids too.
It absolutely is.
Like there are times where, like,
in everyday life.
Guys, that was a really bad lesson, so we're gonna try again. Or it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Let's do something different.
I agree. So. Well,
Pam,
absolutely.
Thank you for
wonderful
having me.
Speaking with you. Are you kidding me? Please, this is great. And congratulations
Thank you very
on
much.
your accomplishments. We are rooting for you for Teacher of the Year as well.
Thank
too.
you.
And thank you once again for joining us on another episode of Leading the Way. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you again for listening to Leading the Way. We hope today's episode offered a meaningful look at the people and the passion and the driving force behind Edison Township Public Schools. We'll be back soon with more voices and stories that reflect the heart of our district. But until then, thank you for being a part of this journey.